Michigan primary election results. What happens next? Chapter 1, The Big Win, midnight to 1:30. Hook on August 4, 2026, Michigan held one of the most watched primary elections in the country. Progressive Democrat Abdul El-Sayed pulled off a stunning victory in the U.S. Senate primary, defeating moderate Representative Haley Stevens. But that was just the beginning of a historic night that reshaped the political landscape across America. Tonight, we are breaking down every major result from the Michigan primary, what they mean for the November elections, and why this could be a turning point for both parties. Chapter 2, The Senate Race, 1:30 to 3:30. The headline of the night was Abdul El-Sayed's victory. El-Sayed, the former Detroit public health official who gained national attention during the COVID pandemic, won the Democratic Senate primary with a commanding lead across the state. He ran on a platform of universal health care, free college tuition, and aggressive climate action. Haley Stevens, the incumbent U.S. representative from Michigan's 11th district, conceded the race early Wednesday morning. Stevens had the backing of the Democratic establishment, including President Biden and many House leaders. She had raised millions of dollars and had strong name recognition across the state. But El-Sayed's grassroots campaign, fueled by young voters and progressive activists, proved too strong. The winner will face Republican Mike Rogers, the former U.S. representative who is running unopposed in the GOP primary. Rogers has been a vocal critic of the Biden administration and has positioned himself as a strong conservative voice on national security and fiscal policy. The general election is now set to be one of the most competitive Senate races in the country, and both sides are already pouring money into the contest. Chapter 3, The Governor Race, 3:30 to 5 o'clock. In the governor's race, incumbent Democratic Governor Jocelyn Benson won re-election with over 83% of the vote, defeating Democrat Christopher Swanson. Benson, who became famous for running the 2020 election during the pandemic, has been a popular figure in Michigan politics and a symbol of election integrity. On the Republican side, John James, the former Army Ranger and businessman, secured the GOP nomination with nearly 50% of the vote. He defeated Perry Johnson, Mike Cox, and Eric Nesbitt in a crowded field. James has been a rising star in Michigan Republican politics and has positioned himself as a moderate alternative to Trump-aligned candidates. His military background and business credentials make him a formidable general election candidate. The Benson-James matchup sets up an interesting contrast between a popular Democratic incumbent and a Republican veteran who wants to bring change to the governor's mansion. Chapter 4, House Races and Upsets, 5 to 6:30. The House races delivered several surprises. In Michigan's 13th congressional district, progressive Democrat Donovan McKinney upset incumbent Representative Shree Thander, who had been criticized for his voting record and connections to corporate interests. McKinney, a 35-year-old community organizer from Detroit, won with 52% of the vote. His campaign focused on affordable housing, police reform, and workers' rights. In the Republican primaries, Thomas Smith won the 6th district nomination with 50%, while Michael Bouchard dominated the 8th district with over 72%. Bouchard, the longtime Oakland County prosecutor, has been a fixture in Michigan Republican politics for decades. In the 10th district, Republican Jack Bergman cruised to re-election with 74% of the vote. The most controversial result came in the 12th district, where Democrat Jeremy Moss narrowly defeated Aisha Faruqi in a bitterly contested primary that highlighted the growing divide between moderate and progressive Democrats across the state. Chapter 5, What This Means for November, 6:30 to 8 o'clock. The Michigan primary results send a clear message: voters want change. The El-Sayed victory shows that progressive candidates can win even in traditionally moderate districts, while the McKinney upset demonstrates that incumbents are not immune to primary challenges. Both results reflect a Democratic base that is moving left on economic issues and demanding bolder policy proposals. For Republicans, the James victory in the governor's race gives the party a strong candidate who can appeal to both the Trump base and moderate voters. The Senate race between El-Sayed and Rogers will be the marquee contest of the fall, and both sides are already gearing up for a fierce battle. National groups on both sides have already announced plans to spend tens of millions of dollars on advertising in Michigan. Michigan has historically been a swing state that decides national elections. The primary results suggest that both parties have strong candidates heading into November, and the battle for the Senate seat could determine which party controls the chamber. With the economy, healthcare, and immigration dominating the national conversation, Michigan voters will have a clear choice between two very different visions for the country. Call to action.